I accepted the position with the Dayton administration humbly and with a positive energy for the future of northeastern Minnesota. I'm very grateful to Governor Dayton for his support in my candidacy in this job, and I'm looking forward to the future and to the future for northeastern Minnesota. Governor Dayton is a strong advocate for northern Minnesota. He holds a special place in his heart, and I look forward to working with him to better our economy for our communities, our businesses, and all the people of northeastern Minnesota. And so I'm ready to get to work. I will be resigning from the legislature on Thursday and starting up in my new position on Friday. Governor Dayton, as per the law, sets the election dates, and the special election for District 5B will be on February 15th, and if there needs to be primaries, the primaries will be on February 1st. I think it's time for new leadership at the IRRRB, fresh ideas and a new vision. And that's not to say that things were broken in the past necessarily, but we can always do better. And I hope to bring my unique, I think, qualifications of both understanding the political process, but also a small business background into this job. And I look forward to listening, because I think that's very important. Governor Dayton, one of his strong values is opening up state government to the people. And this agency, I believe, needs to be opened up to the people. Whether you're a small business on the Iron Range, whether you're somebody looking for work, whether you're a student, whether you're a retiree, this is the people of the Iron Range's agency, and I will be opening the doors to all ideas. This agency's mission is to diversify our economy, to better our communities for the future once mining and natural resource products go away. And we've been doing that all along. And there's no silver bullet, there's no home run, there's no one simple answer. And so it's going to take the work of elected officials, community leaders, business leaders, students, retirees. Everyone needs to be involved in bettering our economy and bettering our communities in northeastern Minnesota. And I want to play a role in facilitating that and leading that. Governor Dayton has said time and time again, not just for us in northern Minnesota, but for the state, that he will go anywhere in this state, nation, or world where there's a job to be saved or created. And I look forward to working with him to doing that. I think we'll be having a very active governor who will be looking to the future of northern Minnesota. My first goal is to come to this job with open ears. I really want to reach out. I think you'll be seeing a very active commissioner in the communities, all the communities in northeastern Minnesota, talking to business leaders, community leaders, students, higher education institutions, schools, asking, what do you need? You know, the IRRRB is a misunderstood agency, especially down in St. Paul and even in northeastern Minnesota. Some people don't know exactly what it is. It's a very unique agency and one that's been around for 70 years. And it brings with it some misunderstanding, but it also brings with us unique opportunities. This agency has the flexibility, the resources, and the creativity to help businesses in ways that other state agencies can't, and some private sector development can't. And so my first job would be to reach into the community and see what is needed. But I plan on being a very active commissioner. You will see me all over the region, all over the state, nation, and world, being a champion for bringing jobs to northern Minnesota. We are a natural resource-based economy. We always will be, but we have to move, I think, into the future. There are new value-added ways to produce our natural resources. I think back to the day I was sworn in for the very first time, January 2001. That very same day I was sworn in as a newly elected legislator, LTV announced its shutdown. And it was a very difficult day on the Iron Range, and we've been trying to come to grips and recover from that economic downturn for the past decade, and we have since seen other economic downturns. But what came out of that was Masaba magnetization, other natural resource projects to expand our economy. But then we also have to look, I think, at our local businesses. I'm excited, and I think we have a great story to tell and a great region to sell. We have, if you want to live and raise your family in a small town where you can walk out your back door and go hunting or fishing or go up to the lake or ski or snowmobile, we have those opportunities that other places in the state or world don't have. And so some of our best businesses, I think, that we can look to are the ones that are already here in expanding their markets. Many of the businesses up here serve the mining industry, are vendors to the mining industry, but they've had to, over the decades, expand their industries into different markets. And I think we can play a role into helping our existing businesses who already are here, have roots in the community, have local CEOs and local workers, and say, what can we do to expand your businesses? So often people look for home runs in economic development and look outside our borders to try to improve our communities. when we have the time and the talent and the energy right here. So I'll be looking at our local CEOs, because we can try to find a company that will relocate from another part of the state or world for 100 jobs. But if we help out 50 local businesses hire 5 people each, we're going to have a better impact for our communities. Extremely humbled and honored to serve the people of northeastern Minnesota and District 5B for the past decade, and just re-elected. And it is this is a calling, I believe, that I've had for quite a while. As I said, when LTV shut down on my first day in office a decade ago, I knew my mission was to help our economy, and I've tried to do that as a legislator. But when this opportunity arose, I looked at it as a challenge for the future of northern Minnesota. And not just cosmetic because I'm a younger person, but I think I bring a new energy, some new ideas, and a new focus to this job. And I think I have the ability, and I've shown that in my leadership in the legislature, to bring people together. And that's what's going to be needed. We are no longer fighting between East Range and West Range. We are competing with other communities in Minnesota and other states and all across the world. And so I hope to bring that energy of cooperation and forward in this job. I just want to deeply thank the people from my district for the opportunity to serve them in the role I have. I'll be serving the people of all of northern Minnesota now, and it's really the people's agency, and I want to be open and receptive to all ideas. I'm a collaborator. I like to work hard, but like to be strategic as well. I believe there's no bad idea out there that isn't worth pursuing, and I think that we all have some ownership in the future of northeastern Minnesota. Whether you're on a family vacation or a holiday with your in-laws somewhere else, most rangers are very good about talking about how great northeastern Minnesota is and a great place it is to raise a family and make a living. And so I think we're all ambassadors to that, and I want to tap into that potential. We have many successful Iron Rangers who now live all over the world and have great contacts, and so I want to be collaborative in how I move this forward, and I also want to be positive. You know, so often, sometimes we're first to react to our negatives and look at what our drawbacks are, and it's important to see where our strengths and weaknesses are, but I want to focus on our positives. As I said before, if you want to live in a community, in a small town where you can walk down Main Street, where you can step out your back door into the wilderness and enjoy all that northeastern Minnesota has to offer, this is a great place to live. And so I'm going to be a champion and a cheerleader and an advocate for northern Minnesota in trying to get more jobs to this part of the state. And we know that that's the foundation of a healthy community. We need strong schools, we need a good hospital and healthcare system, we need good infrastructure, but it all starts with a job to support your families. And I will wake up each and every day with that in mind, do the best I can for the people of the Iron Range.
What do you foresee as your biggest challenges?
A couple. The first one is the lack of understanding or misunderstanding of the IRRRB. It's celebrating its 70th anniversary this year, and it's been around, and it actually was initiated by a Republican governor. And I'm hopeful that in your reporting in this, and when I tell the story to the people of northern Minnesota, but then to the people of the whole state, is to tell the story of the IRRRB and its mission. It's not just I'm in charge of this agency. It is that this agency has been charged with diversifying our economy and helping our communities be healthy. And the way that has happened is mining companies pay a tax. Instead of property taxes, they pay a production tax. And 70 years ago, it was decided to start this agency, but then after that it was decided to collect this tax regionally. And so it's not, it's a resource that is collected by the state to be distributed to northeastern Minnesota regionally instead of property taxes from the mining companies. And so it should go to improve our communities, whether it be in infrastructure, whether it be in our school districts, but also the very last portion of it is set aside to diversify our economy because taconite is a non-renewable resource. And so I have to continue to tell that story in a way that people can understand, and that's going to be my biggest challenge. As commissioner, I have to go to St. Paul because this is a state agency that has oversight by the legislature and the governor. I have strong relationships on both sides of the aisle. I'm willing and able to get along with those that differ and disagree with me. And I've already reached out to some of the legislative leaders and want to sit down and explain to them the importance of this agency so that they truly understand its mission and why it is here. The other challenge is the economy as it is right now. it's a difficult economy no matter where you are in the world, and we're starting in a hole right now that we have to dig ourselves out of. There are so many rangers that I talk to that are unemployed or working a job that doesn't pay enough to support their families, and we've got to help out. And it's gonna take a little bit of time to do that, but I know I'm up for the mission. I know our businesses are up for the mission. Our other community leaders and elected leaders are up to the challenge to make this a better place, and I look forward to working with all of them. This will be a less partisan position. You know, for now, I kind of hang up my battle gear as far as politics go down in St. Paul. I will not give up my First Amendment right to have opinions on politics, but the jobs we create will not be Democrat jobs, Republican jobs, or independent jobs. They'll be jobs for the people of northeastern Minnesota, and I think it's a responsibility to rise above the politics to do the work of the people in this job.